We're closing in here on the start of the 2022 football season. Hi, Sean Callahan of Husker Online here today with ABM, and we're continuing our in-depth look of the Nebraska football team, and we're talking to a group of multiple different defensive players here today joining us. We've got Jimari Butler, Alabama native, joining us here, true freshman safety Jaeden Gould out of New Jersey, Columbus, Nebraska native, inside linebacker Ernest Hausmann, and then Sioux Falls, South Dakota native Randolph Kpai joining us as well here from the inside linebacker room. Jimari, you've been here arguably the longest of this group. When you look at two freshmen next to you, Jaeden and Ernest, what advice do you give young freshmen in the program as they make this transition from kind of your experiences?
I mean, they already know you come in, it's time to work, so they're anxious to work, and I'm glad to see that the future is in good hands.
Randolph, what advice would you give these guys after your first year at Nebraska, and kind of the ups, the downs, and kind of what you went through maybe in your first year of college?
Yeah, for sure. Just don't get in your own head. This is a long process, and just stay the course. Because some guys come in here and they expect to start day one, just coming out of high school. And some guys do start out of high school, but it's a process. You got to enjoy the process. You got to go through the ups and downs, and ultimately that's going to make you a better football player. So that's one of the big advice I'll give to them.
Jaeden, you've been through now a semester and a spring and a part of a summer. What was the most overwhelming part of kind of just the beginning of your college career?
I would say, definitely the playbook probably. That's the biggest transition, coming in, especially in the secondary. Safety's making the majority of the calls and things like that. So really just learning that and the speed of the game, trying to make those calls on the fly and things like that. That was really the biggest adjustment. So that's something I've just really been working on since spring ball, and just trying to know the defense, know where everybody's at, not just my position, but just other positions as well. So.
How about you, Ernest?
Yeah, the playbook is probably definitely the biggest change. And, the techniques, from high school, I had to break a lot of bad habits I had from high school. So having Coach Root under my belt work with me was really a big help.
Yeah, I want to go back to your stories, both Randolph and Ernest, how you guys got to the United States, how you grew up and became college football players. Your stories are so unique. I've been around Nebraska a long time, and, both you guys, your stories are really similar. Randolph, share your story of football and kind of how you came to the United States and how you were able to develop yourself into a college football player.
Yeah, for sure. So I was born in Ghana, and then I'm originally Liberian. I was born in Ghana, and then my family moved to Liberia, and then later on we moved to America. And I had no idea what football was until middle school when all my friends started playing it, and I was like, why not? It was something fun to do, hang out with my friends. And then got to high school, and stuff just started picking up for me, and I never thought I'd be here, to be honest. I just playing the game for fun, and now I'm here talking to you about the upcoming season. So,
who was your first scholarship offer you got in high school?
My first offer was from Iowa.
So that was probably pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, and I was not expecting it at all, but I was just grateful to have the opportunity, because now I get to go to school here, and my parents don't have to pay for my tuition and all that stuff. So.
And Ernest, your story on how you got to Columbus, Nebraska, it's also very unique.
Yes, I was born in Uganda, Africa. I lived there for 5 years, and I was adopted in December. And, with the football background, my dad played college football at Kearney. He's a quarterback there. So, football was instilled in me at an early young age, playing midget football at 4th grade. So, I've had a lot of experience playing football since I was growing up. And, it's been awesome to see the development over the years, having the great coaches I've had, and my dad leading me through here.
Well, and even both you guys, Jimari, you came from Alabama to Nebraska. Alabama, it reminds me of Nebraska in the sense how much people love college football there. Kind of share your experiences with football and growing up in Alabama.
Growing up, I played football all my life, but once I got to high school, I was a basketball player. So senior year, last year, when I played football, and my first offer was Kansas. So once I got that first offer, it opened my eyes. So then I just started giving it my all. I quit basketball, went all in on football.
It's funny you say, so many guys, and I'm sure you all know people that say, I'm a basketball player, and then they figure out pretty quickly, 6'4" in football or 6'5" in football gets you a lot more than 6'4" and 6'5" in basketball. And you're all shaking your head. Did all of you guys at one time think you were going to be a basketball player, then you realized, football might be a little bit better route? How about you, Jaeden? You're shaking your head.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I played basketball a little bit, like at a middle school type of thing, but I never took it too serious. I mean, I was always kind of like football first, so that was really just my thing growing up.
Yeah, tell your story more. You came from New Jersey, Bergen Catholic. Did you grow up in New Jersey, or did you live in the city and come over to New Jersey to play football?
No, I had always grown up in New Jersey. I mean, my dad went to Rutgers, so I kind of always just lived in that area just my whole lifetime.
What is the football scene like across like that New York City, New Jersey area? Because I feel like, you know, the New Jersey side is definitely the stronger side, but, you know, for Nebraska fans watching this that don't know much about it, what is the scene like there growing up as a football player?
I mean, football is definitely like a real serious thing. I mean, in New Jersey, like there's a lot of top teams in the country. When you look at rankings in the country, you'll see multiple New Jersey teams on there. I mean, obviously my team being one of them, but like I feel like it's definitely slept on. I mean, you know, people think of New Jersey like New York, kind of a basketball type of thing, but football is on the come up as well. So that's just one thing that I would tell people is just stop sleeping for real.
The Jersey side, though, is a lot better than New York, right?
Yeah, New York got the basketball, but I would say we got football for sure.
Bergen Catholic, you guys were ranked. What did you finish in the ranking?
Number 3
in the nation.
Yeah.
Wow, and you were state champs in New Jersey, so. Yeah, playing for a program like that, I'm sure it's really helped you get ready. I mean, how much does that help you kind of transition into college football?
No, for sure. Just from like a maturity-wise, just meetings and things like that, watching film and stuff, it definitely helped prepare me and I mean all the rest of my teammates that are on the college level now just to be ready for when we came in.
Ernest, I want to talk to you guys about the freshman class. There's only 15 of you guys that came in on scholarship. It's a smaller group. A lot of you came in early. Some just got to Lincoln this summer. How has the bonding been with that freshman class?
Yeah, the bonding's been really good. You know, when the guys came here, we've been hanging out quite a bit together. You know, with the people coming in, from my experience coming early, you know, I want to give them some time, you know, get adjusted to the college life. You know, me being here for 6 months, you know, I'm also in a different place of mind than they are coming in early. So, you know, I just want to give them their time to figure it out. But, you know, I really think that they bonded close together. You know, I have some good relationships with those kids coming in, so yeah, it's really good.
Jamari, what do you remember about your first semester kind of coming in with a group of freshmen at Nebraska?
Nah, it was COVID, so it was weird. Yeah.
You lost guys that year. I mean, you guys moved. I mean, so did you enroll early in 2020?
Nah, I didn't. I came summertime.
So yeah, when they talk about transitioning, you're like, boys, you guys didn't even.
Yeah, it was weird. Wearing a mask everywhere, checking in. I forgot what the app was called, but like you'll have to fill it out just to go to practice. It was weird.
Jaden's like, I lived in New Jersey, guys. I mean, it was pretty shut down out there, right?
It was bad, New Jersey, New York for a minute, like a long time.
Did you guys get to play high school ball?
Yeah, we did, thankfully, but New York didn't, but New Jersey did, so.
But was it delayed, or did they?
Yeah, the season started in like October, so it was kind of weird, but.
Just when you talk, Randolph, about kind of transitioning to Nebraska, what do you remember about your freshman year and just kind of how close you were with the guys you came in with?
Yeah, I came early as well, and my group, we got pretty close. We did a lot of things together, just like a whole new environment. We stuck together pretty close, and I mean, we're on the same team, so like we still like keep in touch, you know. But it was just like it's like a whole new experience, like being on your own, being more independent, just trying to like really like grow up, you know. And that's one of the big things for transitioning from high school. Like you're not playing against like high schoolers no more. You're playing against like grown men. So yeah, that was one of the big transitions for me right there.
And you guys right now are in the middle of summer conditioning, about a month away from practice starting, and then you guys will go to Ireland, obviously, to open the season. What's the summer been like, Jimari? I mean, for you mentioned coming here in 2020. Even the 2021 summer still had some protocols to it. This is your first true no mask, no COVID testing summer. I mean, how different has this summer been for the program, and you know, when you compare it to your previous two?
It's been like different because usually like COVID summer, like they couldn't have us together like as a whole unit. So we have to go in like groups at a time. But now like being with the whole group, getting that chemistry together, that's like a major step.
Jaeden, what have you noticed just about training and working out with Nebraska and just the dynamics of this team in the summer workouts?
Well, I would say definitely one thing that I've noticed that's definitely improved even since I first got here, just the leadership, just within the team, not even within the coaching staff, but just within the team. We taking it like upon ourselves to, hold each other accountable and things like that. So I feel like that's really going to pay off when we get on the field.
Ernest, how about you? Just the biggest adjustment coming from Class A Nebraska football and into Nebraska, and what have you seen from the team so far?
Yeah, from the team, from the training standpoint this summer, the biggest difference I'd say was just the structure. They've just have it laid down to the day of what we're doing that day. And, I just feel like they have such a nice, well out plan for us in the summer, going from indie drills, going to meetings for their position, and then the weight training. It's just really thought out, good process for us, it's for the betterment of our bodies. So I think it's really good.
How about you, Randolph? Second summer at Nebraska, what's the biggest difference you've seen of this team in one summer?
Like Jamari and Jaeden said, just like the chemistry with the team, the leadership with the team. We've had guys like Casey Thompson, Nick Henrich, like Luke Romer. Those guys are in there, like getting on everyone, like Gary Nelson. Just like it's more player-led. Like everyone wants to work hard, like we get there, we take care of business, and then we go like do our classes. So yeah, it's pretty good right now.
Ernest talked about getting your body right, the nutrition side of part of Nebraska. And I feel like nutrition and strength and conditioning, that's a really big part of Nebraska and what they want to do here. Speak on the nutrition. Jamari, you've been here obviously now 3 years. What do you like about just what they've done to your body and kind of the different things they offer the athletes?
I like how they have a different plan for each person because, obviously everybody's body is different. So Dave and Duval, they work together.
Jalen Weaver doesn't have the same diet plan as you guys,
So Duval and Dave get together and make a plan for each different person. And you can see the progress as you go through. So yeah, it's a good asset.
Yeah, Jaeden, have you gained pretty good weight and muscle since you've kind of got on the plan here at Nebraska?
Yeah, no, definitely just having like a structure, like Ernest said, day in, day out. As well, the nutrition side of it is definitely different than being in high school. You're kind of just running around, doing whatever you're doing, go to the gym. But like having that set structure and the weight room coach is watching us as well, perfecting what we're doing in the weight room. So, we're making sure we're safe and we're doing the stuff right. So, that's really going to pay off, I feel like, just from top to bottom.
Yeah, it's just like one of the things when I came here with Nebraska, choosing Nebraska was just the resources they have here. And, when I came here, I wanted to make sure I was able to maximize my resources. So when I came here, I was able to meet with Dave, have a one-on-one talk, and lay out a nice plan. And, he was able to go over, the caloric intake I have each day and when to eat because the timing of the meal is really important. So, just having all these resources here at our disposal and making sure that we use them, it's just been really awesome to be here. And,
yeah, piggybacking off what Ernie said, there are so much resources at Nebraska, and it was also one of the reasons I came here too. But guys just got it's there. Guys just gotta go there and use these resources because it's here for us to use. So, I met with Dave. We've done mine, Dexa, and we've created a plan for me. Just because I gotta play inside linebacker in the Big Ten, you got to put on weight, and that's one of the big things for me this summer, and that's one of the big things for me was last summer too. So, just working on a plan to put on weight, eating a lot of calories after workouts, and just staying consistent with that. So,
all right, this is for all you guys. What's one thing you've cut out of your diet, knowing what you know now on the nutrition side, and what's your go-to item when you're in the training table?
I cut out Raising Cane's. Had to cut that out. And my go-to would be anything fruit related. You mean
it's white meat chicken? It's chicken breast, right? It should be good for you, right? And what's your go-to item, you said?
Any type of fruit.
Any type of fruit?
Yeah, I've grown to love fruit since I've been here.
Yeah, no, I try to cut out fast food just as much as I can. I just try to get in the training table pretty much. It's mandatory, but just try to get in there as much as I can, eat from there rather than eating fast food. It's going to happen sometimes, but I try to limit it. And like Jamari said, the fruit, the smoothies in there, I'll go in there and make a protein shake, with all the fruit and stuff. So that's probably the go-to for me, every day.
I wouldn't say necessarily cut anything out. I consider myself a decently healthy eater, So I was never really addicted to sweets or nothing like that. But the thing that I think I picked up most was just at the timing of the meals, like when to eat things, specific things. And, I think I picked on most just like making sure I have my vegetables on each plate and getting those in my body.
I'm guessing you don't eat after a certain time of night. Is that one of the...
It's just kind of watching what I'm eating at that time and making sure, like, that it's the right nutrients at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of different from these guys because, like, I'm on the weight gain plan. So
you're going to Raising Cane's.
I'm at Raising Cane's, I'm at Chipotle, just, like, eating all these foods.
Double wrap burrito.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I really don't, like, I'm just eating as much as I can. So that's kind of like the good thing compared to, like, a guy like Jalen Weaver who's, like, eating, like, salad and stuff like that.
Poor Jalen.
Yeah, exactly. But something I've definitely added to my plate would be like more veggies and just taking those nutrition shakes too. So,
well, guys, you open the season in Dublin, Ireland, week 0, national TV against Northwestern. You start to look ahead. Number one, that's an important game, but number two, a very unique opportunity. How excited are you guys to go over to Dublin, Jamari?
I ain't never left the United States. That's gonna be major for me. I'm excited.
What are you going to do over? I mean, besides play a football game, what are you looking forward to do out there?
I mean, it's a business trip. This gotta win some games this year, so I'm looking at it like a business trip.
How about you, Jay?
Yeah, no, I mean, I ain't never been out the country either. I mean, playing my first college game and that is going to be out the country. I mean, that's kind of a surreal experience. But I mean, like he said, it's a business trip, so I don't really look at it from a vacation standpoint. It's kind of just like we're going there to complete the goal that we've been working for since we got here in January. So I mean, that's really what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, it's just anytime we can go out of the country with the whole team to play a game like that. It's gonna be a special moment for all of us. But like what they said, it's gonna be a business trip. We're there to win a game, to win a football game, and it's gonna make the whole trip a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. Piggyback what all these guys have said. Like we all got to be locked in because we can have fun on the way back once we win the game. So. Yeah, it's a business trip where everyone's excited. Like we've been working hard all summer long, and just ready for all of this to pay off. So,
well, guys, appreciate you taking a chance to sit down. Best of luck as you get ready for the start of the season.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, that wraps it up here for Husker Online. I'm Sean Callahan.